All right, hell yeah! Special Saturday show. Let's fucking do it. Saturday, everybody. Welcome to the Dusty Show, where the news is depressing and the categories don't matter. It's all trash world. Thank you for joining me tonight. Hell yeah. Folks, I'm sorry. I didn't make it to last night's show, so I felt guilty that I had to do another show. I get so far behind if I don't do shows, so I never catch up again. So I'm going to be honest about what happened, folks. So yesterday, sitting around working on my show, as I do, and I get a phone call. It's my sister Layla. She's like, hey, I am at the DMV, which is not far from me. I have locked myself out of my car. Oh, hell no. Can you help? And I'm like, okay, fine. I'll go help you. What are family for? So she's like, bring a coat hanger. I've done it before. I get this thing on the coat hanger. And I'm like, coat hanger? She's like, bring tools. And I'm like, I ain't got no fucking tools. All my tools are locked up in Ken's room. He locks all his shit up. I can't get my fucking tools. So anyway, I searched for this house for like 20 minutes for a goddamn metal coat hanger. Not a single motherfucking metal coat hanger in this whole house. I hope I don't have to perform an abortion or something. I'd be totally fucked. I guess it's outdated technology. So I was like, shit, I just gotta go over there and see what the fuck happens. I don't know. I'll call somebody when we get there. I take a pair of little needle nose pliers, a big flathead screwdriver, and some Gorilla Tape. Because I saw this cool trick on the internet where sometimes you like put 2 strips down this way and 2 strips that way, and you have little tabs, and you like pull down on it, and you can pull the window down. So instead of the crank tight, sometimes it works. Took that over there. I wasn't very positive about how it was going to turn out, but hell yeah, she got the thing open somehow. I don't know how. She like cranked the motherfucker open a little bit and stuck a thing in there, like smacked the door lock thing sideways, and we did it. We got in, but that's really not why I missed my show yesterday, to be honest with you. Mostly it was because I was really tired. I've been having trouble sleeping at night, and my days and nights are messed up, and I had the show done. I was just exhausted. I was so sleepy, and I don't know if anybody's going to show up tonight for this show, but it's better to do a decent show that nobody sees than a terrible show that everybody fucking sees. So I'm really serious about putting on a good performance, and I don't want to put on a bad show, so I'd rather not fucking do it. So anyway, we're here tonight, hanging out on a special Saturday. Hopefully my European viewers are tuning in tonight. What's up, Europe? Good to see you. And all right, let's go ahead and kick the show off. Another depressing week in this hellscape in which we find ourselves. Let's go ahead and start off as we usually do by begging for money. Yeah, hey, you know how super chats work? It's a dollar sign. You click it and you donate money. Hopefully lots. I'm greedy. And then I'll read your words. Right now, live. You can have me read your words. It's fucking amazing. Don't you love technology? Do it to it. Live play the show. Super chats. All right. Let's go kick it off. As always, going to start you guys out with a little bit of Chud Watch. Chud Watch. Talking about Chud Watch. We talk about Chud. First off on the Chud Watch, Japan giving us the business. Everybody in the world hates us, and why wouldn't they? We're the worst. Anyway, actually, first I saw an AI video of this. It was this guy speaking English, perfect English, and everything he's about to say to you, he spoke in English. And then people were like, this video's AI, it's AI. But what they did was they used AI to translate on his face what he was saying in Japanese to English. It's pretty cool. But anyway, this is the translated one. It's not AI. It's just a translator talking over him. And dude, he's reading us raw. I gotta agree. Japan is right on this one.
Is completely unreasonable.
Let me try it over. All right, let's pretend like I know how to do this. Audio up. Boom. Nope.
Unreasonable. Their logic is all over the place, and there's no consistency at all. However, when Japan negotiates with what they are saying, to be frank, it's akin to being extorted by a delinquent. If Japan gives in, thinking it's a negotiation or a deal, and compromises on its position, it sets a bad precedent as a customary practice.
Yeah, also, why would any country negotiate with us? We don't negotiate in good faith. Our word means fucking nothing. We have no morals. We have no loyalty. So why would anybody fucking believe a word we say? Trump will just renege on it to goddamn morrow, so it's all fucking pointless.
If you give money to someone extorting you, they'll just come back to extort you again.
Yep.
In the first place, even their equations are completely nonsensical. I wasn't good at math either, but if that equation appeared in a math test, it would definitely score 0.
It was bullshit.
That's why, even though Minister Akazawa is serious and capable, there's a concern about whether it's okay for a serious person to handle this. Since they're not a straightforward opponent, they won't listen to straightforward reasoning. Even though all options were mentioned, you must never show compassion to an opponent who isn't straightforward. If you ease up on them, it will set a bad example.
True.
In any case, I hope we absolutely do not give in to America's extortion. This may sound harsh, but it really is extortion.
Yeah, imagine being so dumb you start a trade war with the entire world at the same time. Yeah, that's genius. Now, if we would have just started a trade war with just China alone, maybe we could have isolated them. Maybe we could have joined together with all our allies to win. But no, when you go after the entire world at once, they just go around you, make negotiations and trades with each other, and leave you out. Who can blame them?
If we comply with this, it will truly set a bad example. Truly. Minister Iwata, I know you might not have much time, but I highly recommend watching the documentary about Roy Cohn, the lawyer who mentored him, and the documentary about Mr. Trump. By watching those...
Anyway, basically, don't believe what we say. We can't be trusted. And he's right. And then China laid out the law to us. China forbids all billionaires to invest in the U.S. China says the U.S. is no more a safe place for them. Hey, that's got to be good for the economy, right? No more investment. Everybody fleeing us. That's going to be good for our bottom line. And then I actually was told about these videos from the UPS guy. UPS guy who owns the UPS store. He's my friend. The very first day the UPS store opened, I was there. I was like, oh my God, my town got a UPS store. Woohoo! Been wanting this shit forever. I know my life's lame. Went in there first fucking day and I was like, hell yeah, good to meet you. Made friends with the guy. We're best buds. Anyway, his name's Kevin. What's up, Kevin? And he was like, oh my God, they even got videos on the internet now where Chinese folks are making fun of Americans by telling them how much the products that they buy every day actually cost. Like Gucci bags, a lot of them are made in China. Cost us like $1.50 to make, and you guys pay $5,000, you fucking morons. And he seemed worried because, like, you know, his whole lifeblood is shipping. And it seems like shipping's going to be pretty bad when nobody's buying anything from China anymore. But anyway, I've seen a couple of videos like this. The other one I saw was a woman doing this, but this one seems to be the most popular. This guy explaining how cheap the expensive shit Americans get sold actually is.
Some say as long as there's a tag saying made in China, the bag can never be luxury. However, in fact, more than 80% of the luxury bags in the world are made in China. But those luxury brands just won't acknowledge that.
Sounds true.
They take almost finished bags from China factories back to their own factories and just do the repackaging and
Sounds
logo
illegal.
installing, something like that.
Made in
That
America.
way, the bags will appear at their boutiques as made in Italy or made in France.
Also, I don't understand why people pay $1,000 for bags. They're ugly. Who gives a shit? Same reason I guess people will buy expensive watches. Got to spend your money on something if you're a dumbass.
You know, those sophisticated European countries, which make you feel mysterious, royal, and thus luxury. Now, close your eyes. Let's just do a little, very easy experiment in your head, okay? Imagine that you have an Hermes. You have an Hermes
What is
bag,
it, Hermes?
and suddenly the label on it changed from made in France into
Beautiful.
made in China,
Ugly,
while
dirt,
everything else,
spit.
like leathers, zippers,
Sounds
and
nice.
hardware,
Where's it made?
remain the same. Do you suddenly feel that your bag is not as luxury as before?
Yes,
If you
fuck
do,
China.
that means you have been misled and poisoned by the market campaign
Oh, not poisoned.
of those luxury brands for too long.
I have
Welcome to the real world.
I'm never buying a Prada bag again, y'all. Never again.
Now you see, those bags are made in China by our intelligent and diligent Chinese artisans.
Tiny hands.
Let's not be poisoned and misled by the market campaign any longer and be
poison
a
me.
real person. Buy a bag from us, from our factory in
China,
China.
buy all the Chinese bag. Quit buying Gucci. You dumbasses. We're the biggest suckers and losers on the fucking planet, y'all. Always spending too much. And then these videos went viral and some rich dickheads, they got mad. They were like, what? Capitalism has been exploiting me this whole time? Yeah, dickhead, that's what it do.
First of all, after finding out what I just found out about the U.S. and China, you know, I want to say, I'm highly ticked off.
Me too.
I'm highly upset.
Highly.
3 years ago, I paid $450.
All right, I don't even give a shit. They should rip you off. If you buy $450 flip-flops, you deserve what the fuck you get. I got flip-flops just like that. $5 from Walmart, motherfucker. Probably made it the same goddamn shop.
These Gucci slides at the Gucci store, right here in Houston, Texas. And now China done exposed
an IQ
the fact
test.
that these shoes right here only cost 75 cents to produce.
Yeah, it's plastic.
You know what? Real Gucci slides.
Uh-huh.
I'm done.
Oh, yeah, how is that helping? That's not helping. You already paid for them. You're just using your expensive shoes.
Over here.
Okay. All right. I'm starting to think maybe this is a parody. I don't know. This
China,
could be real, right?
listen. If y'all watching this, China, I have
They're
nothing
not.
against y'all.
They don't
I
give a
want
shit.
to personally say thank you.
Thank
what
you,
they
China.
did was wrong. 75 cents for Gucci slides.
Too much.
I got about 15 pair of these things in my damn closet.
You're a motherfucking idiot.
What the hell's going on, man?
You're dumb.
75 cents.
You're
How much were these to
a
produce?
fool, and it's money.
How much were these? Huh?
$1.50.
Were these another one of those
Yeah, look at it.
famous slides
It's ugly.
that
But what
Valentino
Crocs?
that only cost 10 or 12 cents? Listen.
Oh, anyway, don't feel sorry for you. Get what you fucking deserve, man. That's why I just wear cheap shit. I ain't fucking worried about it. I ain't trying to keep up with the Joneses. I ain't trying to fucking impress nobody. Fuck you. And Boeing begins flying back planes refused by Chinese airlines. I forget. Is this good for the economy? The U.S. planes manufactured Boeing has begun flying 737 MAX jets that were refused by Chinese airline customers back to the United States as the trade war between the world's two biggest economies escalates. Yeah, seems ungood to me. And they've been trolling the shit out of the U.S. They did this again, folks, pointing out that the White House spokesperson wearing China. You wearing China clothes. And of course they are. You know, all the MAGA hats, everything's made in China. They don't give a shit. Fakest motherfuckers on earth. That'll be the running theme of this show forever. And then Trump's like, fees, more fees on China. It's never enough. Hey, I really want China to bow down to me. I really want them to give me a war to prove to everybody I'm not a complete fucking dumbass for this trade war I started that's crushing our economy. So let's just put more fees on them. This time, Trump administration announces fees on Chinese ships docking at U.S. ports. And according to this Reddit post, which I believe with all my heart, an estimated 98% of the global fleet would be subject to fees when calling on U.S. ports because the fee applies to both existing Chinese-built vessels or future vessels in order to book of carriers. And any carrier with at least one order on the books for a vessel made in China. So the Trump administration basically wants to tax every cargo ship docking in the United States on top of the tariffs. So, yeah, inflation out the ass. And they want to do everything to fleece the American people. They don't want to pay no more taxes, so they want you to pay it, shifting the tax burden. And he's blinking again. He's blinking all over the place. Yesterday, he's like, 1,000,000% tariffs and taxes. And the next day, he's like, I might have gone too far with all these tariffs and taxes. Trump signals tit-for-tat China tariffs may be near end. TikTok deal on ice. So, yeah, he's like, we might be charging them too much. Eventually, it's just too much, and nobody buys the products anymore. Yeah, we're already there, motherfucker. That's where the economy's taken. So I may not want to go higher, or I may not want to even go up to that level. Yeah, I might not want to do what I actually said. I might not want to back up my threat. I might want to fold fucking immediately, like the orange coward I am. Just doesn't know what's going on. Let's check out the stock market. See how it's going. This is from Friday, and dog shit. It's going dog shit as usual. Down another 527 points. Let's check in year to date since Donald Trump has been president. 3,200 points down. Trillions upon trillions of dollars eradicated from the stock market. So even, let's say he does strike some amazing deals with all these other countries. What are you doing? Don't do whatever you're doing. Don't do it. The deals aren't going to be anywhere near. What are you doing? Get away from there. The fuck's going on? Oh my God. Fuck. I fucked the goddamn. Shit. I fucked everything up, motherfucker. God damn it. Son of a fucking bitch. I was all into my fucking goddamn it, motherfucker. All right, motherfuck. I gotta go unplug my motherfucking shit. Motherfucking son of a fucking bitch. I guess I hit the goddamn thing and I removed my goddamn camera. All right, hang on. Fuck my goddamn life. This motherfucking bullshit. Holy goddamn fucking you cats pissing on every motherfucking thing. And I'm trying to do a live goddamn show. It's hard a motherfucking enough to do this motherfucking live show without you guys pissing all over the goddamn house, making it more fucking difficult than it's kind of goddamn big. All right, now let's figure out which one of these motherfuckers goes to my goddamn camera. All right, let's see. Was it that one? I don't know. I guess I'll just unplug every motherfucking thing till I find the one that it goes to. Son of a bitch. This is so fucking stupid. All right, I'm back, everybody. See, that's how you handle your problems calmly, without stress. You don't freak out. You just handle it like an adult. That's what we do here on the Dusty Show. So anyway, little technical kitty difficulty. It's fine. It's fine. That's the fun of doing a live program like this. Never know what's going to happen on the world's greatest show. And all right, what the fuck was I talking about? Dow Jones, dog shit. Even if he makes blockbuster deals with every other fucking country on earth, stock market ain't never going to make up the losses. I mean, if it does make up the losses, it's never going to get close to the 15 trillion he's removed from the value of the stock market. He might, maybe, $1 trillion in deals. Oh, he's not going to do that, but let's just give the benefit of the doubt that that's possible. Not even going to be close to what they fucking lost. So the art of the deal, as always, so stupid. And, anyway, moving right along. Let's see what else we got here. Boom! Begging! They're pretty much begging. It's pretty shameless, to be honest with you. It's like a stalker ex-boyfriend at this point. They got the White House spokesperson out there like, China, please call us. The ball's in your territory. Hey, we can't blink. I can't call you because the person that calls first has less power in the deal. And so I got to let you call me to make the deal. Well, please call me. But this is basically the same thing as blinking. This is the same thing as looking weak when you send your spokesperson to Sean Hannity's show to beg China to call you.
That is the party that they now represent. That's fine if that's where they want to be. Do we have an update? I know that there was discussions today regarding trade and tariffs with Japan. I expect that probably a lot of countries are going to be signing deals in the days and weeks ahead. Can you update us?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I don't have an update for you. I actually just left a dinner with the president.
So nobody, you know that if they had a bunch of people, they'd be like, yeah, all these fucking countries. They just been making shit up, but they ain't got nobody. And they know the other countries would just rat them out. So they're like, trust us, dude. We're doing all kinds of deals.
In Patty Morin and some great faith leaders in celebration of Holy Week. So I haven't checked in with our Secretary of Treasury or Jamison Greer, our United States Trade Ambassador, yet. However, I did run into the Secretary of Treasury, and he told me the meetings were productive and they were moving along, and they were here for quite some time.
Definitely.
And the president met directly with one of the trade representatives from Japan because the president wants to be involved.
Literally, Japan said, go fuck yourself.
in these negotiations and these talks. And I think it speaks volumes about the number of countries we have seen come to the table reaching out to this administration to cut deals. It's because the entire world knows they need to do business with the United States of America.
Literally all going around us doing business with each other now, but okay.
And China knows that too, Sean. And as President Trump directed me to say yesterday, it remains true tonight. The ball is in China's court. They need to do business with the United States. They need the best thing on the face of the planet, and that is the American consumer. And
the best thing on the face of the earth, the American consumer. Get fucked. Good God, we're literally destroying the goddamn planet. Us fat motherfuckers.
We are the best place in the world to do business.
Not
and the rest of the world knows that, and that's why
they're abandoning us in droves.
Japan was here today to negotiate a trade deal.
So, China, Trump begged me to tell you to come and make a deal with us. Just good God, maybe they're not that into you. And then you gotta see the soybean farmer who backed Trump, begging him to end war. And oh my God, I got no soy boy jokes because I'm literally gonna make fun of Destiny later for saying soy boy jokes. But I will make a MAGA joke. And holy God, you didn't even have to tell me he voted for Trump. You just had to show me the picture. Just saying. Don't worry, Trump will bail you out. Trump will use our tax dollars to bail you out and punish us twice. And then Target CEO, speaking of the economy, regrets bowing to fascism, speaks to meeting with Sharpton. This is so fucking stupid. So remember, Target used to be the home of LGBTQ Pride Month stuff. And they were like the alternative to Walmart for like a little higher scale. And a lot of left-wing people were going to Target because they didn't want to buy stuff from China and support Walmart, the evil Walton family. And so they go to Target. But then Target bowed to Donald Trump. They're like, no more Pride merchandise. Fuck that. We don't want to take the flack from conservatives. And also, no more DEI. Fuck women and minorities. We're getting rid of all that. We're bowed in every way. And so everybody's like, okay, well, we're not going to start Target anymore. And Target's been losing a lot of market share. So now they're kind of freaking out. And clearly they had no idea how to fix the problem. So they're like, I know. Let's go talk to Al Sharpton. What the fuck? Who gives a shit about Al Sharpton? He's another one of these huckster con man, you fucking idiot. Trump's chief executive officer plans to meet this week with Reverend Al Sharpton, whose civil rights organization has encouraged consumers to avoid U.S. retailers. But anyway, I don't know. They can all go bankrupt as far as I'm fucking concerned. All just fake. Stick to some goddamn principles for once. And that, we're going to go into the deportations concentration camp section of the show from the economy. First off, ICE detained 16-year-old girl while walking to school without a warrant. Welcome to the new United States of America. What a hellscape dystopia we live in. There they are. Yay, America! Oh, see, can you see? Also, that girl's 16. Holy God, she looks 8. Does she have a developmental issue? But anyway, yeah, lock them all up. She's the right color, I guess, so it's cool. It's cool. Even the children. Why not? And then, in the new America, Gestapo breaking into people's houses. There's ICE. Oh! Yay! We don't need no sticking warrant. We're ICE, baby. Let's just kick in your garage door. Are you hiding brown people in there? Bring out all the brown people immediately. Damn, this reminds me of Inglourious Bastards. You're hiding brown people under the floorboard right now, aren't you?
Somebody sit down.
Yeah, folks, you're looking at the corpse of America. The zombie state. We're already dead. Most of us just don't fucking know it yet. Definitely not the America I thought we lived in, but I was dumb. I was blind, and now I see. And I don't know why I keep letting Jessica on Fox telling the truth. But here's the real story behind Abrego Garcia's legal status.
An MS-13 guy. Let's be very clear about this. The accusation of being MS-13 is based on a double hearsay testimony. They never followed up with it. And a detective who weeks later was indicted for sharing confidential information. His legal status, Abrego Garcia's, was approved by the Trump administration in 2019, and every year since then he has checked in with the Department of Homeland Security, and nobody has said anything about him being a gangbanger.
Until he was...
No, not until anything.
He became a prop.
To this day. It's not about being a prop. There will be other senators that are looking into these, because it is reported that over 75% of the people that were on that plane have not been convicted of anything. And the MS-13...
Yeah. The whole propaganda network just trying to excuse and apologize for disappearing folks. And believe me, when they start disappearing us, political dissidents, they'll apologize for that too. Let me show them my videos. Look what he said. He was a terrorist. He said a revolution needs to happen. Hey, look, I never call for violence. I reported the news, and I stated factually what their actions are going to lead to. I didn't cause any of this. I'm not calling for it to happen. But it has to happen if they keep doing what the fuck they're doing. If they disappear people, innocent people, without any due process to foreign concentration camps, what the fuck do you think's gonna happen? Ain't got nothing to do with me. But he's still alive, folks. He's still alive. Now, look, I don't know if Kilmore Abrego Garcia is or was ever a gang member. All right, I have no idea. I don't even know if he's a nice guy. Apparently, he hit his wife one time. Say he's bad. Shouldn't hit your wife. She still supports him and is with him, but domestic violence, I ain't for it. It's possible he was in a gang when he was in El Salvador before he came to America. I don't know. But what I do know is he's never been charged with any crime, and he's never been convicted of any crime, which is what's important. You literally have to do a crime before you get punished for a fucking crime. That's how the whole goddamn system is supposed to work, and it's very obvious that this is just a trial run. First they came for the undocumented workers, and I said nothing. And then they came for the people that spoke out against Israel, and I said nothing, even though I said a bunch both times. But, you know, then they came after the atheist or the liberal terror or anything. They come after us next. It's pretty fucking clear. But anyway, we were worried that he might be dead, because why would they keep this guy alive? But I guess they are more concerned about the optics of it than I thought. So after Senator Holland went over to El Salvador to try to go to the concentration camp and meet this gentleman, they said, no, you don't get to see him. And then I guess they were getting a lot of flack on the internet. The brutal dictator of El Salvador did like the optics of it, so he was like, all right, fine, you can meet him at this restaurant. We'll put him in there. Supposedly they said they removed him from that horrible concentration camp prison into a lower security prison 9 days ago. That's what they said, even though the government said that he was still at the concentration camp 5 days ago. So somebody's lying. Probably everybody lying. Anyway, at least he's still alive. Got to meet Senator Van Hollen. They put him in, you know, they bought this clothes specifically for him, probably. Put him in there so he looks like he's healthy and fine. I'm sure they told him, don't say shit, because you're still here with us in prison. We can make your life very, very difficult. And also, here's the pictures of it. They set the whole thing up to be a photo op. They had fake margaritas on the table so then they could tweet out, look, they're having margaritas. Everybody said we had death camps, but he looks fine to me. The photos shared by Mr. Van Hollen and others posted by Mr. Bukele were the first public glimpses of Mr. Abrego Garcia since his deportation in March, which the Trump administration admitted in court was an error. Anyway, yeah, they put the, it says, Bukele A placed 2 glasses with cherries and salted rims on the table in front of Mr. Van Hollen and Mr. Abrego Garcia in the middle of their meeting in an attempt to stage the photo. Yeah, we see right the fuck through that. They're trying to lull us into a false sense of security while they build more prisons, and they are building more prisons, folks. But Senator Van Hollen came back with some revelations. Let's have a listen.
The Trump administration has promised to pay El Salvador $15 million to detain these prisoners, including the illegally abducted Kilmore. For the Trump administration... Yeah, $15 million to start, folks. They got plenty of money for that. No money for cancer research. No money for school lunches, but plenty of money for foreign concentration camps. So, yay! And mental children, that's who's ruling us right now, folks. This is the official White House Twitter page. They have fixed the headline. Senator meets with wrongly, crashed out wrongly, deported Maryland man, MS-13 illegal alien who's never coming back, never ever. Just fuck this place.
It's a kindergarten, folks. 25% of the population votes for this, and now we have to be ruled by toddlers. And then basically they're going on Fox News and declaring Minority Report law. Now you can be convicted and sent to prison for life for thought crimes. Here's Representative Dan Muser on Abrego. Hey, he might be a terrorist, but he's a potential terrorist. He should be on a watch list just in case. You never know. Better lock him up forever just in case someday he might commit a crime.
And so he gets deported. He's here illegally. We have a United States senator and a bunch of knuckleheads in the House that now say their main priority is bringing back someone. Maybe he's not a terrorist, but he's a potential terrorist.
Yeah.
He's a terrorist watch list person.
Yeah, maybe he's not. Maybe he didn't do anything wrong, but he could possibly someday. So, hey, let's just lock him up forever just in case. You never know. Better safe than sorry, am I right? Yeah, that's Minority Report. Except you don't guys got creepy psychics and pools of water telling you what to fucking do. So it's even worse. You don't have fucking cool-ass computers with Tom Cruise going this and shit and doing all that, right? That's a pretty good movie. I like that movie. And then they trotting this woman out. So this woman had a daughter that was killed by an illegal alien. All right, I'm very sorry that that happened to you. But now they're blaming this other guy who had nothing to do with it for her daughter's murder. This is collective punishment, right? What happened to guilt by association? Don't conservatives hate that? No, it's fine here, I guess. Here she is basically lamenting the fact that a U.S. senator went over to another country to try to find out what happened to a man who was innocent and disappeared for fucking life. You know, like any person with an ounce of empathy or compassion would do. Here she is. I'm glad she dressed up, did her hair. The White House platforming her so she can use her daughter's murder to try to jail innocent people.
And to have a senator from Maryland who didn't even acknowledge or barely acknowledged my daughter and the brutal death that she endured.
Okay, I'm sorry your daughter died, but that had nothing to do with Abrego Garcia at all. So the fact that you're up here trying to use your daughter's death to punish an innocent man, it really belittles your daughter. It cheapens it, right? Do you think your daughter would want that? You think your daughter would want you using her death to punish somebody else who had nothing to do with it just because they're the same color skin? What the fuck is up with you, lady?
Leaving her 5 children without a mother.
Okay, that wasn't him.
And now a grandbaby.
That's like blaming me for the people Jeffrey Dahmer ate. Yeah, I hate that Dusty's in prison for life, but Jeffrey Dahmer ate my daughter, so, oh my God. Never free Dusty. Just think of all the people he might eat. Okay, he's never eaten anybody. He's never shown any signs of being accountable, but he might someday, so just in case.
Without a grandmother. So that he can use my taxpayer money to fly to El Salvador to bring back someone that's not even an American citizen. Why does that person have more right than I do?
They don't have more right than you do. He's literally doing this for you and for me so that the American government can't just lock you up, throw away the key, disappear you in the middle of the night with no due process whatsoever. This is for everybody, okay? He's not being afforded any more rights than you have. What are you even talking about? Just fucking stupid. So, surprise, surprise, surprise. I actually looked this up because I didn't believe it, folks, and it's true. This lady is being sued by her grandchildren because she stole all the money that was donated to the memory of her daughter. I shit you fucking not. Just found out this lady stole all the money that was raised for her murdered granddaughter's children, and they are suing her. True fucking story. So, no wonder the Trump administration found the worst fucking person on earth to trot out and try to justify these atrocities. And they're really trying to justify it, folks. They're trying to lull us into false security while they make plans to round us all up. Here's Jesse Waters. He's so smarmy and so goddamn greasy. He doesn't believe a fucking word he says, but they pay him so much money that he'll sit up there and grin and pretend like he means it.
If you are going to talk about the rule of law and due process, you have to have a victim that is pure
No, you don't. He's saying if you want due process, you have to have a victim that is pure. Literally not how our systems works. First of all, how do you know if the victim is innocent or guilty until you have due process? These are the same motherfuckers who for years have told us not to trust the government. And now they're like, just trust us, bro. They can lock people up forever without any charges whatsoever. Just trust them. Well, no, I don't fucking trust you.
You can't have a Floyd. You can't have a Smollett. You can't have a Garcia. Your example of victimhood has to be a sympathetic victim, not someone who beats his wife and traffics humans.
It doesn't. It could literally be anybody. Anybody who gets disappeared without due process is going to be on my fucking mind, okay? Because I know I'm next. Now, Jesse Waters ain't got to worry about it because he's a fucking spineless coward. He's with the fascist. He'll rat everybody else out. He knows they got to worry about. But the rest of us, looking behind us, and God damn it, folks, here's a Sebastian Gorka. He's Trump's counterterrorism czar. He went live on Newsmax and said that us trying to defend not disappearing people to foreign concentration camps without any due process, that means maybe we are terrorist sympathizers, and maybe we are next. They're not even trying to hide it, folks.
Realize that the taxonomy of politics in America is dead. It's not left and right. It's not even Republican or Democrat. There's one line that divides us. Do you love America or do you hate America? It's really quite that simple.
It's really quite simple. It's black and white, folks. You're either for us or you're against us. You're not a terrorist, are you? Well, you better let us disappear people without due process to the foreign concentration camps, or you might be against us. You might be a terrorist.
And we have people who love America, like the president, like his cabinet, like the directors of his agencies, who want to protect Americans. And then there is the other side that is on the side of the cartel members, on the side of the illegal aliens, on the side of the terrorists. And you have to ask yourself, are they technically aiding and abetting them? Because aiding and abetting criminals and terrorists is a crime in federal statute, Rob.
You're with your own ears, folks. They're basically telling you, yes, we're building foreign concentration camps. And hey, if you don't want people to get disappeared to the foreign concentration camps, maybe you have to be disappeared to the foreign concentration camps, folks. Red alert, motherfuckers! Some terrifying ass shit from Watermelon Head, Sebastian Gorka. And yep, dictator vows to double the size of El Salvador Gulag. It ain't for his own people, folks. El Salvador president, Bukele, intends to double the size of the notorious mega prison that's currently holding U.S. deportees. Guess who it's for? You don't have to guess. They're telling you. Make no bones about it. And hey, I want to give a shout out to this woman, Shannon Smith, who clearly watches my fucking show. Love your hair, but she sounds exactly like me. I wonder if you're out there. Hope you're having a good Saturday. Anyway, let's see if you guys can find any similarity in what she's saying and what I've said.
Where's all the militant 2A gun nuts? Where are yous? Because you've been arguing, like my entire fucking life, that you have to have all that weaponry just in case there's tyranny, in case the government turns against us. Then you gotta fight it. Guess what? I don't know if you've been paying attention, but there's tyranny happening. It's time. Now's the moment. It's your time to shine, motherfuckers. You've been out in the woods with your friends practicing karate.
Uh-huh.
I've seen the videos. I've seen it. You and Billy Bob and Bubba and Jim Joe out there fucking
Jim Joe.
Working on your fucking moves. Waiting for this moment. You've been living for it, fantasizing about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's time. It's time. Listen, I know it's super awkward that the guy who turned against you is also your cult leader. I know.
Oopsies.
So fucking awkward. But you're patriots. You are fucking patriots, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is what you're living for. The Constitution. Fucking 2A. Let's go. Go get your friends. Get all your shit out of your bunkers and be the fucking heroes that you were meant to be. All right? Good luck, motherfuckers.
But they won't. They're the ones that goose step us to the concentration camps because they are the people of nothing, for nothing, by nothing, about nothing. The fakest people I've ever goddamn seen. All these people I grew up with, all the people that helped raise me, everything they told me was bullshit. And folks, do not feel sorry for America, because the vast majority of America is for this, y'all. Here's Tim Pool bragging about it.
Deport all undocumented immigrants. Voters favoring the government trying to deport all 11 million of them. Back in 2016, just 38% of voters wanted the government to try to deport all 11 million undocumented immigrants.
They have total information control. All the media, all the social media, everything now, and their message is very effective, and it is working.
Compared to where we are in 2025, 56%, the majority, the American people have come a long way on this issue, much closer to Donald Trump, and I think that's a big part of the reason why Americans are increasingly saying the country is on the right track when it comes to immigration.
Yeah, on the right track. Yay, we're disappearing people because they're brown. On the right track, kicking down doors. On the right track. Fuck yeah, America, we're great again. We are not a good people, y'all. Do not mourn America. A trash country burning down exactly as it fucking should. And Garcia, not the only one. Apparently, Juan Carlos Lopez Gomez was arrested by police. They claim that he said he was illegal. Why would he say that when he's legal? He was born in America. He was here legally. They arrested him, locked him up for a couple days. Here he is being reunited with his mother. We're finally great, folks! Yay, us! Fascist goddamn USA. And then did you hear that all these American citizens now are receiving emails from the government telling them to self-deport? I've seen a bunch of these. Here's the latest one.
Threatening. It is time for you to leave the United States. That's the first sentence Lisa Anderson saw in an email she got from the Department of Homeland Security Friday.
The language seems pretty threatening to whoever it might actually apply to.
She thought it was spam at first, but the email was very real after Anderson had it vetted. What created confusion is that Anderson, who's a physician and lives in Cromwell, was born in Pennsylvania and is a U.S. citizen.
I really have no idea how my email ended up on that list unless someone else was using that as a false email.
She now carries her passport on the advice of attorneys and is looking for representation from an actual immigration attorney.
This happened all over the country, folks. People are getting these emails. Just complete ineptitude by our government. And the ACLU is trying to stop the deportation without due process. The Trump administration is on the verge of deporting another group of Venezuelan immigrants to El Salvador under the Alien Enemies Act. Lawyers for the immigrants told federal courts today. The lawyers said the administration is directly defying a Supreme Court order, which they are. Anyway, and the Supreme Court actually ruled in their favor. Amazingly enough, the Supreme Court on Saturday blocked for now the deportations of any Venezuelans held in northern Texas under the 18th century wartime law. So we'll see if the Trump administration actually listens or they ignore them. They'll probably be like, hey, they're already in the air by the time we got this message, and now they're already in El Salvador, so nothing we could do. What do you want us to do, invade El Salvador? We are powerless. So we'll see. I doubt they'll change their ways at all. And last but not least, on the concentration camp section of Chud Watch, this video went pretty viral. Liked it. Beautiful, amazing, out-of-the-box thinking. This guy has an idea about how we can get conservatives to care about disappearing people without due process.
Snatch a Proud Boy. Snatch 5 of them. Some Democratic governor who's going to be a legend. Just snatch him off the street. No due process, put him in solitary, and let him sit.
He said snatch a Proud Boy, if you didn't hear that.
And then watch the MAGA fascists fall over themselves trying to get him out. Because you can't do that to somebody within the United States, right? Unless it's them. Like, let's light this fucking candle and go. Do it. Watch what happens. Set it off. If you don't do it now and you wait, it'll be harder. He does not have a grip on everything. He's floundering. He's making mistakes, as expected. Do it. Grab a Proud Boy who was at January 6th and got pardoned by Trump. Grab him, throw him in solitary, no due process. Watch them try to justify. Watch them backpedal. Take it all the way to the Supreme Court so that they can go ahead and cement due process. And then you can't do this to people inside the United States.
Nobody's going to do that. And they shouldn't, of course. He's just joking. Don't arrest people without due process. But if you did it, it would show them their hypocrisy, I guess. And, all right, that's the end of my concentration camp section. Now we're going to the Trump section. Hey, folks, get your Super Chats in. If you like the Saturday show, please reward me. Support it. If you support these Saturday shows, I'll do them more often, you European guys. And now, this week, Trump once again double, triple, quadruple down in on the fact that he's a dictator and that he's going to stay in office for a very, very long time. Here he is saying and explaining why he has to be the president for a long time.
In Maine, they do something similar. I think it's like 500 miles or something, some crazy thing. And Canada goes and they fish there. Other people fish there. Europe fishes there. The Maine lobster. You can't get Maine lobsters because Maine's forced to go for days out to some other area that's not as good. We have to free that up too.
We'll have that on your desk next week, I promise.
The Maine lobster, right?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
You did it last time and they undid it.
Canada fishes there.
Biden undid
No, we're not allowed to. Yeah, I did it last time in Maine, and they undid it. That's why we have to stay president for a long time.
Yeah, woo, that's why we have to stay president for a long time. He's already a dictator, folks. And what he did is he signed an executive order to allow overfishing of our oceans. Who gives a fuck about that? And then, folks, you remember Trump said he was going to end the Ukraine war in one day. Before probably I even get in office, probably. After I get elected, before I even get in office, they're going to know Daddy's home. That war going to be over. It would have never happened if I wouldn't have got the election stolen from me the first time. But it's easy. It's simple. One phone call is all it's going to take. One fucking phone call. Day one. I'm going to have that whole mess goddamn solved. Only I can solve it. Vote for Trump. It turns out he was lying. Who could have seen that coming? Today, Marco Rubio suggests that maybe they're done trying to broker a peace between Ukraine and Russia. Game over.
But we're not going to continue with this endeavor for weeks and months on end. So we need to determine very quickly now, and I'm talking about in a matter of days, whether or not this is doable over the next few weeks. If it is, we're in. If it's not, then we have other priorities to focus on as well. And so we've talked about outlines of both sides. I thought we had positive meetings yesterday. Obviously, the Ukrainians have to go back home. They have to run it by their president. They have to take into account, their views on all of this, and we hope to hear back from them very soon. So if they're serious about peace, either side or both, we want to help. If it's not going to happen, then we're just going to move on.
Yeah, we just got to move on. Hey, promises kept, promises made, right? Isn't that Trump's thing? Nope. No, hey, it was too hard. Turns out I was bullshitted to get elected and stay out of jail. Oopsies, whatever. Hey, at least no conservative cares anyway. They want to be lied to. I covered this before, folks, but there's more details on this. And this, one of those things I would like to say is hard to believe, but it's not. This is the most American thing I can think of, the most Trumpian thing I can think of. Remember they used to have the comedy bit that senators should have to wear patches on their suit that show the advertisement for whoever's buying them the most, like if Coca-Cola and Exxon or BP are the ones giving you lots of money, you have to wear patches like NASCAR does to see who's sponsoring you. Well, they're doing it. Oh, my God, they're actually doing it now. For Easter, you can buy sponsor endorsements for the White House event, folks, and they are shelling out so much money to just openly bribe Donald Trump in the most American thing ever. One of the big ones doing it is Mark Zuckerberg, who has a giant case coming up with the SEC where they're thinking about enforcing antitrust rules and breaking up the monopoly that Facebook has. Of course, they don't want that because they want to make billions of dollars off selling our information. So they're doing everything they can to bribe Donald Trump so he'll put his thumb on the scale to get him off the fucking hook. And they will, folks. He will. The rich, they have a different set of rules. They're going to get away with it. On Monday, Meta will join a strange crew of sponsors hopping to the White House for its annual Easter egg roll, just blocks from the courthouse that will decide the company's fate. Melania Trump on Friday announced how excited she is for the partnership, which includes Meta's AI-powered experience and photo opportunity. Oh my! Easter sponsored by Facebook. But critics say it's not all it's cracked up to be. Stop with the puns already. In fact, the White House came under fire this year for using the traditional children's event to generate extra cash, seeking corporate sponsorships for the event rather than relying on the typical peeps. Shut up! The American Egg Board, which provides tens of thousands of eggs for the occasion. The highest paying sponsors get the best perks, naming rights for the key areas or elements, custom branded baskets, snack beverages, or souvenirs, sponsored logos featuring on every signage, literally using the death of Jesus Christ and his resurrection. You know, the fictional story, but anyway. Where are you at, Christians? Where are you at? Not only are they buying up the White House, okay, illegally bribing right in front of you, but they're using the death of your Lord and Savior, your religion, to make money, to bribe the president. How is this not blasphemy of the highest order? The only answer is because you guys don't give a shit about anything. Everything you told me was fake. Everything about you is fake. That's why I don't have anything to do with you anymore. Okay, I have no respect for you. You have no code of ethics. You have nothing to stand on. Oh, I forgot to read the really cool name of each of the little sections for this Easter party. Per Melania, among the activities will be Be-Best Hopscotch. Oh my God, the Be-Best shit, come on. And Be-Best Military Card Writing Station. Dear military, get fucked! Do not invade other countries. Please don't send me to the El Salvadorian concentration camps. The American Toy Association is sponsoring Playgarden. YouTube, whose parent Google is currently battling an antitrust ruling, is bribing Donald Trump, is sponsoring the Be-Best Bunny Hop contest. Oh my God, this is so cringe. The New York Stock Exchange is sponsoring Ringing of the Bell photo opportunity. Signature Brands, the parent of Betty Crocker, is sponsoring a cookie decoration station. Just unbelievable, over-the-top corruption. What stage of capitalism is this? But never missing an opportunity to lie to the American public. Donald Trump is assuring everybody egg prices lower than they've ever been. Eggs are basically free now, y'all. Everybody got the eggs.
You can have all the eggs you want. We have too many eggs. In fact, if anything, the prices are getting too low. So I just want to let you know, prices are down.
They're getting too low, folks. Eggs never been cheaper. I looked it up. Price of eggs are 400%. That's 4 times more expensive today than they were when Donald Trump became president. So all lies all the time. And you want to know how bad it's getting in this country, folks? High egg prices spur promotion of Easter potatoes. What the absolute shit?
Fox Weather's farm forecast is sponsored by Kubota.
All right, what's in there?
Potatoes.
Potatoes?
Potatoes.
Wow. Gentle, gentle. No splashing.
Folks, what happened to America? Come on. Like, I grew up poor as shit, y'all. I couldn't even afford the last OR on the word. It was horrible. But even we had Easter eggs. Everybody had Easter eggs. Even the poorest person had a goddamn Easter eggs, right? What third world bullshit is this? Now we got potatoes. I guess we should be happy for potatoes. I guess next year it'll be fucking rocks and then death. You will eat your Easter potatoes and you will love it. Just holy shit, y'all. Seems like things are getting bad. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And man, it's getting frustrating how many celebrities are coming out in support of Donald Trump. It was Triple H in the last show. Now it's Roman Reigns. Just so depressing, folks. Not only does every single person in the UFC support Donald Trump, you got Triple H, Roman Reigns. It's like the people that the young men of our society find the coolest continuously go public, telling everybody how great Donald Trump is. Roman Reigns said, I support our president. Trump is one of those guys where he's got a vast history and a huge background. He's been in entertainment. He's been in big business, politics, At this point, I'm supporting a bright future for our country. Positive and competent leadership. Just goes to show you money changes you. This is a guy who used to call himself a Democrat. But when you start making millions of dollars, you start thinking, hey, I earned this. You start paying your taxes, and you're like, oh, my God, look how much I'm paying. Hey, who gives a shit if the president is disappearing people to foreign prisons? Who cares if he's shifting the tax burden from the richest people to the lower and the middle class? Fuck them people. I got mine, fuck y'all. And that's exactly what they do, folks. They don't give a shit about the little person anymore. They pull the ladder up after them. Happens over and over and over again. Another example, Vince Vaughn went to the White House. The White House official Twitter page posting this. White House crashers, Vince Vaughn and Donald Trump. Not that I'm surprised. I guess everybody should have known Vince Vaughn was a right-wing dickhead. The signs were there. Here he is, all good buddy-buddy. Not that I was a huge Vince Vaughn fan ever, but I'm definitely going to avoid his shit from now fucking on, because fuck these fucking fascists. If you can't stand up against what is happening in this country, then you ain't getting my goddamn support. Of course, I ain't watched wrestling in forever. I heard WrestleMania's tonight. I also heard that. I guess I'm competing with Roman Reigns tonight. Fuck WrestleMania. Please stop paying the WWE. Linda McMahon, Vince McMahon. I know that's all about Netflix now, but fuck all these people. Do not give them your money, please. Pirate that shit. It'll be available on the Pirate Bay tomorrow for free. Don't give them a goddamn dime. But not every celebrity is happy with their decision to vote for Donald Trump. Azalea Banks, who is weird as shit. Remember I did a video with her a long time ago where she murdered a bunch of chickens in her closet in a voodoo ceremony? Remember that? Anyway. I guess she joked around and said she was voting for Kamala. Then she posted her voting ballot and said, laughing my ass off, I lied. I voted for Trump yesterday. And she did. Look, she voted for Trump. That's how it started. And now how's it going? She's like, okay, I think it's time everyone who voted for Trump admit that we made a fucking mess. Like, this is an absolute disaster. Yeah, but go fuck yourself and die, you stupid idiot. No forgiveness. Zero forgiveness. I'm sorry. Redemption is for everybody on earth except for Trump voters, okay? You knew it was going to happen. You were told, we begged you, and you still did it. So whatever happens to you, good. Bring the pain, motherfuckers. And then let's peek in on the Trump government and see what they're up to. Proposed budget eliminates funding for Head Start. Oh, goody. A round-the-clock attack on education is what we're experiencing here in this country, folks, because they love the uneducated. The Trump administration is considering eliminating funding for two key federal programs that help millions of low-income Americans educate their young children and heat their homes, of course. Rich folks' kids will be fine, but our kids, the poor kids, are getting a little too uppity, y'all. They're wanting fair wages, good education. They were speaking out a little too much, so time to dumb us down. Time to pull all the people doing the low-paying jobs, so we'll have to do those low-paying jobs. Time to put us back in our fucking place while the oligarchs rule us. And that's exactly what's happening, folks. A draft of President Donald Trump's budget proposal for the coming fiscal year calls for the ending support for Head Start, which provides early childhood education and other services to nearly 800,000 kids, and for low-income home energy assistance program known as LIHEAP. Yeah! Who cares if your kids are freezing to death? No empathy from our government. And then they sent a list of demands to Harvard. I sort of covered this in the last show, folks. So here's the crazy part. They sent this list of demands to Harvard, this authoritarian nightmare of what they wanted the school to do, a complete takeover by the government of higher education is what it boils down to. And then when Harvard sued them about it, they claimed they accidentally sent the list and that Harvard should have known that the list was sent in error because it was so crazy. That's what they're arguing in court, folks. Anyway, here's one of the professors to tell you what the letter said.
In the demand letter that the Trump administration...
Let's try it with volume this time. Here we go. Yay, I did it.
In the demand letter that the Trump administration sent to my university Friday night that became public on Monday, one of his demands was to have the school appoint, or allow him to appoint, a federal overseer who would audit every course on this campus, every department, to try to figure out if it met the ideological balance that's preferred by the Trump administration. And that federal official would then require us to hire new teachers to teach the way that Trump wants us to teach, to change our courses. This is absolute outright efforts to take over federally what is taught on American campuses.
Yep.
It's a move that we see in countries across the globe when dictators are trying to come into power.
Yeah, you think? Well, it already happened, folks. They're doing this everywhere. It's a blitz across the country to take over education and destroy what little remains. Case in point, DHS threatens Harvard's ability to enroll international students. They want to cripple our education system. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is threatening to strip Harvard University of its ability to enroll international students if it doesn't turn over records on international students' illegal and violent activities. So if you don't rat your students out for trying to stop the genocide and child murder in Palestine, we're going to keep you from getting international students, period. It's the brain drain of this country, folks. And Colombia gave in to the fascists of the Trump administration, and they're feeling the cost of it. Columbia University faces new trouble as top admissions consultant says students won't accept offers. Yeah, you've destroyed your brand. You've shown them that you're going to throw your lot in with their fascists. And I almost feel sorry for these schools because it's a no-win situation. You either capitulate to the Trump administration and you alienate your student base, or you don't, and then Trump brings the full weight of the federal government against you, takes away all your federal funding, makes your life miserable with lawyers and shit. But that's the whole point, folks. Put the squeeze on them, destroy education as we know it, as they take over everything. And this is the brain drain that's happening in our country, folks. It's almost like foreign entities are causing it to happen on purpose. 300 academics seek French scientific asylum jobs. Nearly 300 academics have applied to a French university's offer to take the U.S.-based researchers rattled by the American government's crackdown on academia, as a former French president called for the creation of a scientific refuge status for academics in peril. Man, what a smart idea from France. Can you imagine all the advances, how good this is going to be for their economy, to welcome the brightest and best from our country to theirs? America just seemingly purposely shooting itself in the kneecaps over and over again. Meanwhile, FCC chairman threatens Comcast a broadcasting license because they're reporting the Abrego Garcia story in a way that the White House doesn't like. They're not continuously calling Abrego a criminal. They're not continuously calling him MS-13. They're not continuously calling him a terrorist. And so if you're not pushing the right-wing talking point line, we might have to remove your license. Comcast outlets spent days misleading the American public, implying that Abrego Garcia was merely a law-abiding U.S. citizen. He wasn't charged with any crime. He wasn't convicted of any crime. So, yeah, just a regular Maryland man. When the truth comes out, they ignore it. Comcast knows that federal law requires its licensed operations to serve the public interest. News distortion doesn't cut it. Abrego Garcia came to America illegally from El Salvador, was validated as a member of the violent MS-13 gang, a transnational criminal organization, and was denied bond by an immigration court for failure to show he would not pose a danger to others. Why does Comcast ignore these facts of obvious public interest? SEC Chairman Brendan Carr, who has previously threatened virtually all other broadcast entities. So, free speech under attack, folks. Gonna cut you off the air, destroy your journalism. If you don't parrot the right-wing White House talking points. And here's where we're at in this country, folks. Not only is the government run by climate change denialists, not only are they doing nothing to tackle climate change, but the exact opposite. They're helping accelerate it in every way by pushing forward with coal power plants and oil refineries while eliminating renewable energy resources like wind farms. Now they're literally punishing climate environmental nonprofits for trying to stop global warming. They're going after anybody who tries to solve climate change, who tries to help in any way. White House officials are preparing executive orders that would strip some environmental nonprofits of their tax-exempt status. setting up a possible Earth Day strike against organizations seen as standing in the way of President Donald Trump's push for more domestic oil, gas, and coal production. The effort, described by people familiar with the matter, comes alongside another administration's move to use the U.S. tax code or government funding to single out groups that oppose the president's agenda. So remember how angry they were. They suggested that the IRS was going after Christians. You can't do that. That's what they're doing, folks. Every single wing of the United States, the government, being used against anybody trying to progress our society in any way, regress us into the medieval times. And then this is bad. Captain Brainworms. FDA plans to cease routine food safety inspections. What do we need food safety for? I, for one, will eat my maggots and rat droppings and like it. The Food and Drug Administration is drawing up plans that would end most of its routine food safety inspection work, multiple federal health officials tell CBS News, and effectively outsource this oversight to state and local authorities. What could go wrong? Salmonella for everybody. I, for one, can't wait. Best diet ever. And then, like I said, not allowed to do anything to try to combat global warming in any way whatsoever, just the opposite. Burgum orders halt to New York offshore wind project. The Trump administration issued an order Wednesday to stop construction on a major offshore wind project to power more than 500,000 New York homes because Trump hates wind for no fucking reason. So because 25% of the population voted for it, we just got to let this orange goof destroy our goddamn planet. At some point, other countries are going to have to step in, right? For their own safety. At some point, isn't it self-defense? You can't let one country or 25% of the people from one country allow you to destroy the entire fucking planet, I would think, but I know that's going to be a criminal offense to say. Probably already is. And then Donald Trump using the full force of the government to handle his own personal lawsuits. The Justice Department moves to intervene in E. Jean Carroll case. Remember, E. Jean Carroll is the one he was convicted of sexually assaulting in a civil court, ordered to pay millions of dollars. Well, now he's using the federal government lawyers to handle his personal business, the full weight of it behind him. And why not? There are no separations. There are no conflicts of interest. Just whatever. And another week, another mass shooting, folks. Police, 2 dead in Florida State University mass shooting. Suspect is a Florida State University student and son of a local police officer. You're wondering, what is this doing in the Chud Watch section? You already know. Another MAGA terrorist, folks. Who could have seen this coming? Here he is with his Make America Great Again hat. Student familiar with FSU shooter described him as a white supremacist and fascist who advocated for President Trump's agenda. What? Shocking. Another loser fucking incel shooting up a school. He killed 2 people, and then he was shot by cops and taken into custody. The son of a Florida sheriff deputy suspected to be the gunman in an attack on Florida State University that killed 2 and injured 6 had a history of espousing radical conspiracy theories, according to people who knew him. Leon County Sheriff Walter A. McNeil identified the alleged gunman as 20-year-old Phoenix Eichner, a student at Florida State University, whose mother is a veteran Leon County Sheriff deputy. McNeil said Eichner used a gun that belonged to his mother. Oopsies. I got into arguments with him in class over how gross the things he said were. Lucas Luzetti, a political student who shared a class with Eichner, told USA Today. According to the Florida native, Eichner touted right-wing conspiracy theories and hateful ideas. Among them was the theory that President Joe Biden illegally came into office, Rosa Parks was in the wrong, and black people were ruining his neighborhood. Oh, my. Eichner made it clear to the class that he had guns. And the Tallahassee State College student said he even got kicked out of his political group for being a fucking Nazi. Always the ones you most expect. And guess who he was a big fan of? Breaking, according to former acquaintances of the Florida State University shooter, he was kicked out of the political club at previous universities and was an active member of Turning Points USA. What? He loved Charlie Kirk? No way. Yes way. So they gonna send me to the concentration camp, but Charlie Kirk's fine, folks. The people actually inspiring all these mass murders are fine in this topsy-turvy, backwards country we live in. Then they asked Donald Trump about it. Hey, what do you think about this Trump supporter using a gun to kill people and shoot up a school?
President, we're learning that there are now 2 deceased following that shooting at Florida State University. Following and amid that, is there any changes that you want to see to gun legislation? Anything you see broken with gun laws?
Yeah, do you care at all? Hey, this happens 1,000 times a year. Is anybody ever going to do anything? What do you think he said?
Well, I'm going to have to look. I'm a big advocate of the Second Amendment. I have been from the beginning. I protected it.
Long story short, he don't give a shit.
And these things are terrible.
Terrible.
But
what can you
the
do?
gun doesn't do the shooting. The people
Not
do.
the gun's fault.
It's,
People's
a
fault.
phrase that's used. Probably.
We have a mental health care crisis, which is why I'm immediately cutting all funding to mental health care, which is exactly what they're doing. Nothing makes sense.
Too often. I will tell you that it's a shame. I'm
Such
just
a shame.
hearing about it now.
I know nothing about it.
I know the area very well. I know the school very
I know
well.
everything. I know everything. No one's never known more about this than I do. I know nothing about it, but I know everything. And yeah, cause car vandalism, terrorism, cause mass shooting by an extremist, a shame. I'm hearing no word about him sending this guy to the concentration camps of El Salvador. But how dare you, B. Brown? Lock you up for life for that. Almost seems like there's kind of a strange double standard. I wonder what it could be. Maybe it's because everybody who is in his cabinet and everybody who advises him is a giant fucking piece of shit racist. Case in point, Looney Laura Loomer purge mask. Also, Donald Trump's personal fluffer. Yes, she goes to the White House to give him political advice and suck his dick. Literally, not figuratively. Anyway, here she is bitching that black conservatives are calling out Trump for the shit he's doing. Let's see if she can find the most racist terms that she can to call this problem out.
So, fighting against the stolen election of 2020. I thought that we were getting rid of DEI, and then we get to have these uppity blacks just walk into the Trump administration. And
oh shit, she went back in time. That is some classical racism right there, folks. Old school racism. It's 2025, and now we're back to the uppity blacks. Yikes. And speaking of uppity blacks, Candace Owens got a threat by super badass Roseanne Barr. Gonna kick your ass, Candace Owens. You better be afeared.
What's your take on Candace Owens?
Monster. If I see the bitch, I'll knock her the fuck out. She's an Islamist. Everything she says is straight out of it. It obviously comes down to this. She's taking the Qatari money. Hello. There's nothing else.
Where do you think this came from? Because she obviously used to be...
She's getting paid by Jews, so she was doing that number. But I think when she got fired for being a Jew hater, and she is a Jew hater on every level, and from medieval times with her blood libel bullshit and all that stuff, Ben Shapiro said it to her straight. If you feel taking money from the Jews is against your God, then by all means quit. Her answer to that was, are you saying I can't quote the Bible? She's friggin' crazy.
What's your take on Candace Owens?
Yeah, can't wait to watch that fight. Out to kill each other. Garbage taking itself out. And then, did you guys see Congressperson Nancy Mace go all, I don't want to say that she's profiling the guy that's talking to her, but she immediately goes in on how he's gay. So anyway, I guess she's at Walmart or some shit, and one of her constituents comes up to her and it's like, hey, when you going to have another town hall meeting? Seems like you're kind of dodging them. And this is a person that obviously doesn't feel like votes count, folks. This is a person that doesn't think their job is in jeopardy at all whatsoever. They don't answer to you. Let's have a listen.
Nancy?
Yes.
When are you going to host a real town hall for the people?
Did you miss the 15 I had last
That
year?
wasn't the town. When are you going to host one?
I did it last year. Hey, before everything became so volatile, before Trump was elected, and we started sitting on our hands while he disappeared people to foreign concentration camps and allowed him to destroy the government, and the economy crashed. It's down 3,000 points since he became president. Trillions of dollars lost. Veterans being fired all over the place while he makes billions of dollars off the name of the presidential office. And yeah, years ago before all that happened. So, hey, I got you on this question. No, you didn't. We obviously know that you didn't answer the question. And we see how defensive she is. The guy wasn't even mean about it. She's like, well, you have another town hall. Watch her go off for 2 minutes. I think she's very defensive.
This year.
I've already had one, and we'll have a dozen more.
The town hall you hosted this year was not a town hall. Let's be real.
It was a town hall, and I do them every year.
Every year.
You want to keep going?
Are you going to do any more this year?
Want to keep going?
Are you going to do it? I'm asking if you're going to have any more town halls this year.
Town halls last year.
I asked if you're doing any more this year. It was one simple question.
Yeah.
Are you doing a town hall this year or not?
I'll do
Are you doing any more this year? It was a simple question.
You're always invited.
Okay, sweet. We'll look out for an actual invitation for the next one.
I voted for gay marriage twice.
What does that have to do with me?
I'm just saying.
She looks at the guy and she sees that he's gay, I guess. Or, she thinks he's gay, and she's immediately, I voted for gay marriage twice. What more do you want from me? I love the gays. And he's like, what the fuck did you bring up being gay for? I didn't say shit about being gay. And she's like, you're obviously gay. Come on. You got to give me a pass because I voted for gay marriage a long time ago. I wouldn't do it today, but I did a long time ago. So, loophole. What the F?
It has everything to do with you.
You think everything about me has to do with gay marriage? That's your first stance when you speak with me?
Stereotype.
There's no other humane conversation you can have about me. There's no other humane thing you can talk about me just saying, oh, I supported gay marriage.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you have to say. All I did was ask you one simple question from right over here is if you have any plans to have more town halls this year?
I have town
That was
halls
one
every
question.
year. I have over a dozen every year.
Great. That was my entire question. You didn't have to go into the spiel about everything else you wanted
You could have come to any of them last year.
Okay. And I'm asking you about this year,
dozen.
not 2024. But we're in a new year, right?
Before that.
Okay.
Or the year before that.
It was a simple question. I asked
you know
if you
what?
have
Because
any more that you're
people on
going
the
to this
left
year or
are
not.
Crazy.
So I'm on the left.
Absolutely fucking crazy.
I'm absolutely fucking crazy.
One of her sisters just asked her when she had another town hall, and then she completely flips her lid and then calls him crazy. Projection at its finest.
Get out of my face.
You're insane.
Goodbye.
You're insane.
Fuck you.
You're gonna fuck me. You're gonna be voted out so fast.
America! Our best congresspeople just to their constituents. Fuck you at Walmart. Yay! We're so good now, y'all. Not embarrassing at all, is it?
This year, I can't wait for you to fucking go into the dirt.
By so much.
You're a disgrace to this state. That's what you are. You're a disgrace. I asked you a simple question, and you just to go on this tirade and tell me "fuck you."
Yeah, fuck you.
Disgusting.
Get out of my face.
Fuck you. How about that? You're a nasty bitch. You're a nasty bitch.
Yikes!
You're a nasty bitch. That's my name. You say "fuck me." That's the first thing you're gonna say to me is "fuck me" for asking you a question.
Get the fuck out of my face.
Fuck you.
Now.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Post that to your social media. Okay, cunt.
Damn!
That's Nancy disgrace. Nancy Mace, fucking disgrace to the state. You should fucking move. Yeah, she told me to fuck myself after I asked her a question. I can tell her to fuck herself too.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like she's worried about it, folks. Your vote doesn't count. At least I don't think it does. Maybe I'll be proven wrong in the midterms. We'll see. And I covered this story last month. Good to see them actually doing something about it. Remember when they dragged this lady out of a town hall for daring to speak out against her godmen in Congress? Well, they charged the security forces that pulled her out, violated her First Amendment rights. Let's have a listen.
The city attorney for Coeur d'Alene confirms charges are filed against 6 people after an incident at a town hall nearly 2 months ago. Now, it happened at Coeur d'Alene High School on February 22nd. In a viral video, security guards for Lear Asset Management are seen forcibly removing Teresa Borenpaul from the auditorium. The security guards were in plain clothes and had no identification. Earlier this month, Coeur d'Alene police recommended charges to the city's prosecutor's office. You can see those names on your screen. Charges range from battery, false imprisonment, security agent uniform, and duties violation. It's unclear if those who are charged worked for the security company. In an email, City Attorney Randy Adams says it's unclear if there are more charges that are coming.
Damn, I'm surprised, but happy. Figured they get away with it. More of this, please. And that's supposed to be in the, all right. Well, that's it, folks. That is my Chud Watch for this evening. Hell yeah. And please forgive me for this very quick commercial I do for my patron. You guys know what Patron is? Shut up, Dusty. So Patron's basically like a website where you can go tip creators such as myself if you like what they do and you want to support their work. You go be like, hey, I want to chip in like $5 a month, $10 a month to help you so that you don't go bankrupt and starve to death and have to quit. And I And 100% user supported, folks. Here's my business model. I make free content. I put free content out to entertain you with. And then I ask people who are entertained by my free content to support it so I can keep making free content. And those that can't afford to support it, they get it for free. And those of you who can support it and want to continue to enjoy it, you get to feel good about supporting the world's greatest show and help me spread the message and feed all my cats. So that's my spiel, folks. If you like my show, please consider joining my Patreon, kick in a couple dollars a month and help me not have to go work at Walmart. And as a bonus, I do another section at the end of every show. It's only for my patrons and for my Dust Buddies. It's like the show ends, and then you switch over. There's a secret link that only the cool kids know about, and we go over, we do a whole other section. And tonight, big after party starts here and goes all the way down to here. It's all the stuff that doesn't fit into any of the categories, so it's much less depressing. So please go sit on my Patreon, help me out, and thank you in advance. And all right, hey, I forgot I got to read this letter. I got some viewer mail. I love viewer mail. Hell yeah, $35. Woohoo! This one says, hey, Dusty. Hey, Rich. That's who it says. It's from Rich Lotta. What's up, Rich? Sometimes I have to turn off your show because I'm overdosing on bullshit from the Chuds. But your show is very important, and don't do that. Stop it. Quit. I'm reading a letter from Rich. Go the fuck on. I don't need that right now. Thank you. But your show is very important, and I still want to support it. I don't want it to go away. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate that. Don't do that again. Go away and stop. God damn it. Cat, good motherfucker, cat, you son of a... We need more voices like yours. I don't know what the deal is with your YouTube, but you should be getting at least 10 times the views. Yeah, I'm shouting about everywhere, folks. That's another thing. None of the other shows, none of the other left-wing shows will mention me because they're terrified of me for some reason. And I'm shadow banned on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. None of my messages get seen by like 5% of my people, so it sucks. Don't piss on me. Nobody piss. Put your ass away. I don't want to see it. All right. Anyway, please keep fighting the good fight. We need you, Dusty. Love, Rich. P.S. I hope you have checked out psychiatrist Dr. Russell Razuke, who has some excellent insight into Trump and his followers. PPS. Would love to hear about the voter suppression that played such a big role in Kamala losing. If our voting system wasn't so rigged, we'd probably be smooth sailing now. Peace and love to the community. Hey, appreciate you, Rich. This really comes at a good time. Like I told you guys on the last show, I accidentally canceled my credit card because I thought I lost it, but then I found it, but then it got canceled, and I haven't got the new credit card yet, and I only have a little bit of money to live off till my credit card comes in, so this really helped. I'm going to be able to buy cat food and not get eaten by my cat, so thank you, Rich. You fucking rock. I appreciate you. Much love. And all right, let's read the super chats. All right, here we go. Scroll up. Let's go first. You are first. It's Magic Casino Night. BBC. Hail Satan. Poor Mind Pillow. He fashioned a sword of his own making and then promptly fell on it. We're getting to that at the very end in the Beyond Parody section. Don't get ahead of me. If you fuck around, you will sooner or later fall out. That's biblical. He who shall fucketh around shall findeth out. It's Leviticus. Rebecca boys. Woohoo! Woo-woo! Big toots to Rebecca. Glad I got the alert that you were having a show tonight. Had a great day protesting in Buffalo. Large crowd despite terrible weather. Thumbnail makes me happy. Yeah, thumbnails are getting good. And as always, thank you for supporting the show, Rebecca. Are you here tonight? Hopefully you get to show up live at one time. I know you normally have to work and you only get to watch them on the day after, but would love to hang out with you sometime, Rebecca. And as always, everybody heap love of Rebecca. You're doing a great job of keeping this show on the air. It means a lot. Thank you, Rebecca. Crash, boom, bang, baby. And next up, No Name. $5 Canadian. Thank you, No Name. I don't even know how you do that. I sang religious bullshit all day yesterday, and I owe you a royalty. By the way, I nailed it. Hell yeah. You should record it. Send me the video. Thank you, No Name from Canada. Josh Frayer, $2. Happy Day, Jesus Day. God is dead. Yeah, Good Friday yesterday. The markets were closed. And on Friday, I guess the thing I showed you was from Thursday, where it dropped 500 points, to be honest. It was closed on Good Friday, and tomorrow, I guess, is Easter. So, yay for all that fucking nonsense. Didn't know you were on tonight. I know, right? I am lollygagging. Hey, at least I did it, though. weekend show for you motherfuckers. America, fuck yeah! Might have the money, but China has the product. A trade war is a losing battle. Love your show, Dusty. Hey, the show loves you, Kevin. Thanks. And yep, I want my headsets from China. Can't even get a 5090 card without a $1,500 markup. It's crazy as shit. Eric James, $2. What up, Dusty? Stupid Sexy Flanders here. Hey, what's up, Stupid Sexy Flanders? Bro, go check out Robbie Road Steamer. I know who that is. I've showed his videos on the show before. You'll love it. I know. He's all right. Like a professional wrestling troll. You'll love it. He is a MAGA troller. I know. He is literally doing the Lord's work. Hell yeah. Go listen to War Isn't Murder by Jesse Wells. All right, thank you for the recommendations. I'll go check those out. Namna the Nemesis, thanks for making it up to us on the Saturday stream. Hey, I can't afford not to. Literally, you got me by the balls. We are one free Palestine, trans rights. Smoky Stew. What a delicious Smoky Stew. MAGA lacks empathy, and they're proud of it. Yep, the cruelty is the point. This country needs more of Mario Brothers and less Eli. Yeah, unfortunately, they're going to kill our boy Mario. Censor for YouTube's bullshit. YouTube always in the bullshit. Thank you, Smoky Stew. Jupe says, happy Beaster to all. 93. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law, as though it's not hurting other people. That's the important part of that. Alistair Crowley with bunny ears surrounded by beautiful painted Beaster eggs or potatoes. The new American dream. The price of eggs is but a black ass. I don't even like eggs, y'all, to be honest with you. Jupe! One ticket, fuck yeah. If you got a ticket, give Jupe your love. And you got to be here live for your chance to win a free ticket. So be sure to join in. It usually happens every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. Sometimes I miss like I did yesterday, and sometimes I do an odd special show. But you're never going to know, so just tune in and figure it out. You're smart. You'll work it out. Lizzie Bennett, glad to see you live. Fuck yeah, Lizzie. Ever thought about doing the show on Saturdays moving forward? Maybe if you guys reward me and make it worth my while, I will absolutely do Saturday shows. As a Colombian alum, knowing they're capitulating saddens me. Yeah, it is sad. But you lay down with fascists, you get fucking fascist fleas. Quinn hears the kiddies and losing their shit. Yeah, I know, right? These little horny motherfuckers, they loud as shit. Thanks for going live this week, Dusty. Hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button, fuckos, and live demands. Morton Beer, $20. Thank you. We're in danger. Yep, Harris didn't lose. We did. Have a good night. Yeah, we voted to commit suicide. At least 25% of us did. And that's all it takes with this stupid system. That is untenable. It has to collapse. No other choice. Lukewarm lettuce. Yuck. $20. Hey, buddy. Hey, lukewarm lettuce. Can't always contribute monetarily, but this is my go-to show to catch up on all the horribles that's happening. This veteran might get deported too, so here's 20 to hold my spot when we bail Icon Shotgun. Hell, I'll make it up to you in commissary when we're in the concentration camp together. Thank you, Lukewarm. Appreciate you. $5 for little eye. Imagine being scared of diversity and not a dictatorship size. Hey, I showed that meme on the last show. You're way behind me, but also thank you. And $5 MW. Glory to Big Brother. I know, right? I, for one, can't wait for our overlords to rule our entire lives. And 5 gifts, 5 tickets from Pixel Pusher. Hell yeah. If you got one, be sure to give Pixel Pusher your love and tune in. Check the community section of YouTube for your link to the after parties and all the after parties. And thank Pixel Pusher or whoever gave you your ticket. And all right, folks, still plenty of time to get your super chats in. If you want to see me keep doing Saturday shows, or if you just want to support the show, have me read your words. I'm going to read all the rest of it at the end of the show. So please help me out if you can. I'm a digital busker. Tip me. And all right, let's move along, folks. Got a real quick President Elon section. I still have not redone the Elon video. So here shall be Elon. Who needs a video, baby? Fuck it, I'll do it live. And first off, on the President Elon section, scroll. Big government contracts. That's what he bought with his $350 million to get Trump elected. Elon Musk, SpaceX, and 2 partners have emerged as frontrunners to win a crucial part of presidential Donald Trump's Golden Dome. Everything's gaudy gold with Trump. Missile defense shield. 6 people familiar with the matter said. So we're, I guess, doing this new Star Wars program. Spend billions or trillions of dollars on this bullshit we don't even need. And Elon Musk going to benefit, going to reap the rewards. As always, the rich get richer in our corrupt banana republic. And speaking of which, Deutsche freezes billions in federal health care. Yep, the world's richest man deciding what diseases we study, who gets help and who doesn't. The U.S. Deutsche service is putting new curbs on billions of dollars in federal health care grants, requiring government officials to manually review and approve previously routine payments, and paralyzing grant awards to tens of thousands of organizations. Yep, that's the point, folks. Shut it all down. Gridlock. Lock it all up. We are acquiescing America's power to every other country in every way, thrusting ourselves into a new dark age where everybody else advances past us almost like it's being done by design. And I covered this story a little bit on the last show, folks, but the details are trickling out, and it's even more horrible than I first reported. So you guys know what NLRB is? It's the National Labor Relations Board. It's an independent federal agency that protects the rights and private sector's employees. Well, apparently, a whistleblower at the NLRB reports that after Deutsche demanded root access to NLRB systems, they disabled network logs and multi-factor authentication. Within 15 minutes of Deutsche being given permission, access was attempted with the new Deutsche username and password login information from Russia. They literally sent the username and password directly to Russia, and they immediately logged in to the back end of this organization and started downloading terabytes. A U.S. cyber response team was about to be called in, but senior U.S. officials told them to stand down to cease investigation. Oh, apparently approximately 10 gigabytes, not terabytes, gigabytes. I was wrong by about 1,000 gigs. It's fine. They don't know what they downloaded or where it was going. They told them to call it the investigation, and while preparing his disclosure, the whistleblower found a drone surveillance photo of himself taped to his front door with a threatening note. Yikes! Oh, well, we had a good run, folks. I, for one, welcome our Russian overlord. Das Svidanya, motherfuckers! I think that might be German. Not really sure. And last but not least on President Elon. You guys remember when Elon said, hey, don't worry. I know that our sales are plummeting. I know that we're no longer the front runner in technology as far as cars are concerned, but don't worry. Don't sell your stock because 2024, midway through the year, we're going to release all these new cars. We're going to update our line hugely. It's going to be awesome. Going to save the stock. Well, about that, Tesla to delay new model, possibly until next year. Yep, never going to happen. He just says fucking anything to pump it up the stock, folks. And I guess idiots believe him. Biggest liar in the history of corporatism, and that's really saying something. But hey, I guess you can't argue with the results. That's how you make the money, baby. Just lie. Idiots reward you for it with your meme stock. And then you can just buy up the government. Get contracts. Seems like a fucky system, but what the hell do I know? All right, moving right along, folks. Damn, already an hour and a half into the show. Still got plenty to go to. We still got religious bullshit. Followed by a very short Trash World, Free Palestine, What the Fuck combo. Got a couple Karens coming up. Beyond parody, and we're going to talk about the protests in the hero section. So plenty of show to go. Get your super chats in, but for now, let's get super depressed with some religious bullshit. Religious bullshit, religious bullshit, religious bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. It is time for religious bullshit. And folks, I simply can't believe this. Guess what happened? Mega church pastor pleads guilty to child porn charges. A former pastor has pleaded guilty to numerous felony charges for secretly recording people in a church bathroom. Yikesy. I think I covered that before. And mega church leader arrested on child rape charges. The sheriff's office says 36-year-old Gary Thompson Kesey Jr. was arrested at his home and is in charge with the accounts of rape. You guys might wonder, how come so many preachers and youth pastors get charged with child molestation? Very simple. It's because that's the easiest way to molest children. That's where the dumbest people are, the most gullible people. They will literally just give you access to their children, and they'll trust you. So that's why. It's the same reason that spiders make their web in front of the porch light. That's where the bugs are. That's the same guy, pastor who put hidden camera in church bathrooms, pleads guilty to 15 felonies. Enjoy prison, fucko. Texas ex-Christian schoolteacher arrested on child sex charges from 6th time after getting probation. Well, I guess he's not lazy. A former Amarillo and Canyon teacher accused of child sex crime was arrested for a 6th time. Patrick Kenneth Farmer, 57, was arrested Wednesday on a charge of indecency with a child sexual contact. According to a criminal complaint, Farmer touched the genitals of a girl under the age of 17. A bunch of times, it seems like. And folks, I'm starting to think Christians might be a little batshit crazy. Here they are, celebrating the fact that God allowed one of Donald Trump's supporters to die in order to save Trump. Some weird ass shit. This is Pastor Gentezin Franklin. What a moniker.
But we want to say thank you. We see all that you do, all your family goes through. And we're so thankful God assigned an angel to stand between you and that bullet.
Oh my God. Literally, a fireman died. He died. So I guess that fireman was an angel that came to earth to be murdered so Trump could live. Yay! I'm starting to think your God might suck. And speaking of which, if Fox covered Jesus' crucifixion, it'd be like this. Radical leftist cult leader executed. Yep. Who needs due process? Did he have any tattoos? I'm just saying. Nail him to the cross. Did they make this with a potato? Are the dogs barking? I don't know if I'm just hearing things or not. It sounds like my dogs are freaking out back there, but hopefully somebody will be checking on it if they are. Hopefully that's just in my fucking head. Brainworms and some good news, folks. My work bearing fruit. Apparently, young Americans increasingly rejecting religion. The Gallup polling analysis released Thursday shows that 70% of adults in the U.S. said over the last year that they have a religious preference. But that share is falling across all age demographics. About 34% of Gen Z respondents born between 1997 and 2006 and 30% of millennial respondents born in 1981 said they're not religious. That's still too little. Only 30%. Should be like 100%. I still got my work cut out for me. And last but not least, interesting that they're actually doing the thing that I said like 5 years ago when I started my podcast that they were going to do. I told you guys it's going to happen. The whole point was one of the largest funneling of public funds to Christianity, to religion in the history of this country. They're going to suck all the money out of education and funnel it directly into Christian schools because that's where they can brainwash and propagandize the children to make them lifelong Republicans. And that's what they're doing, folks. Texas House approves $1 billion for Christian school vouchers. Separation of church and state is over. The Texas House gave initial approval early Thursday to a bill that would create a $1 billion private school voucher program, crossing a historic milestone and bringing Governor Greg Abbott's top legislative priority closer than ever. It's a full court press, y'all. They're taking over everything, and seems like they're going to be very successful at it. R.I.P. American democracy, and that is my quick religious bullshit for this evening. Right again, damn it. Dusty was right about anything. Everything, except for that word. Yep, that's the biggest scam. Who could have possibly seen it coming? It was me. And all right, move along, folks. I only got one trash world, 2 free Palestines, and 1 what the fuck. So let's do a very quick combo. Maybe she just, somebody's got the TV on there. Maybe that's what I'm hearing. Maybe I hear my own voice. Maybe that's what it is. All right, let's do Trash World. What the fuck? Free Palestine. Nailed it first time. And on the Trash World part, no, not Murder Bay. Apparently, our Murder Bay has been indicted on federal death penalty charges. Couldn't help but notice they're not indicting the guy that just shot up Florida State University and killed 2 people. Eric Adams didn't pert walk him with a fucking helicopter and FBI agents with AR-15s and that shit. Seems weird. Anyway, yeah, they had to kill Murder Bay to send us all a message. Sucks, y'all. And then on the Free Palestine section, cops employing AI chatbots to try to entrap college protesters. And this is just the beginning. This is what they're going to do on all of us, folks. Be very careful who you're talking to. Do not pee on me. Why don't you put that thing away? Put it away. Put that booty away. Point that gun in another direction. Thank you very much. American police departments near the United States-Mexico border are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for an unproven and secretive technology that uses AI-generated online personas designed to interact with and collect intelligence on college protesters, radicalized political activists, and suspected drug and human traffickers, according to internal documents. So, yay! Now the people who are buying and selling our information are the heroes of conservatism. Not surprising. And man, this is a depressing story. Did you guys hear about Fatima Hassana and her 9 family members murdered 24 hours after film accepted? So she was a documentary filmmaker in Palestine, and Israel targeted her house and killed her and her entire family on purpose because she dared to try to speak out and chronicle the genocide of the Palestinian people. This is what they do, folks. This is what your and my tax dollars are funding. A Palestinian artist and photojournalist who is the protagonist of a documentary due to premiere at Cannes in May has been killed in an Israeli airstrike. Fatima Hassana died with 9 members of her family in a direct strike on their home in Gaza City on Wednesday. Israel said that there was a Hamas base underneath their house. I shit you not, folks. It's the purposeful targeting of anybody decent, anybody who tries to stand up to them. And these war crimes for this terrorist organization. It has to collapse, folks. Don't cry for this country. And last but not least, on the what the fuck section, this should be really in the beyond parody section, but it's too macabre. Did you guys hear about the Texas doctor who had active measles who was treating children? Yeah, and he was called extraordinary by Mr. Brainworms, RFK Jr. Here he is.
How are you feeling? Touch measles yourself?
Yeah, I was pretty achy yesterday.
Yeah. Did you ever not have measles as a child?
No, I had MMR.
How many MMRs do you get?
I'd have to go back and look.
But a few.
Yeah.
That doesn't work then, does it?
No, apparently not. Just wear off.
But you're feeling all right?
Today I'm better, yeah.
Yeah, America, we are the dumbest. And that is my real quick Trash World, Free Palestine, What the Fuck combo for this Saturday. Pretty boy. Oh, yeah, I got this pretty little motherfucker. Look at this, pretty boy. He definitely my cat. Look at this. He my little gay boy. Yeah. He loves his daddy. He spends all his day laying on my chest, just like right in my fucking face. It's the best spot in the world, isn't it, buddy? He's a daddy's boy. He's a daddy's boy. You're gay. And all right, folks, by popular demand, I brought back the Karen section. I know this is going to lag because I deleted everything off my main hard drive, and now it's on the backup again. I finally fixed it, only to unfix it. So let's play it anyway. It didn't lag. Just a mess. You should be caring less. It's obvious you're completely out of touch. 'Cause, bitch, you're caring too much. And tonight's first Karen comes to you from this pharmacy. This woman sitting there minding her own business. She's taking her doctor's advice to get vaccinated. And some nosy cunt walks up to her and starts chastising her for getting the vaccine. Pretending like knows more about her health and her health situation than her own doctor does. And then this lady, whoever she is, stays completely calm and just owns the Karen. So the Karen knows she's being owned, and so she has to double down on her country in order to try to save face, but it only gets worse. Anyway, let's have a look.
Wondering what vaccine you're going to get.
It's none of your business. Please get away from me.
I am away from you. I'm 6 feet back.
Okay.
I was just wondering what makes you think you need a vaccine while you're pregnant.
Okay. I take medical advice from my doctor who went to medical school, not a woman in the line at Walgreens who apparently can't even take her prescription medication according to directions. Please stop talking to me.
That's a very good point. Do you feel better justifying the fact that you're going to inject some kind of chemical? Do you know what the ingredients exactly are in that thing that you're putting in your body to get right into your baby's blood?
Please get away from me.
Think about what you're doing. You do have a choice.
Okay.
You do have a choice. Don't be influenced by liberalism and vaccines.
Okay.
That's a new thing. That isn't even in my lifetime that we would go while we were pregnant and get
You
vaccines.
really need to get away from me. You're really starting to piss me
I hope
off.
so. I hope I am. I hope I make you think.
Okay.
Look what you're doing to your baby. Think about it.
Okay,
a
bitch.
vaccine while you're pregnant. For what reason?
Get away from me.
Hello, you can take a picture of me.
Oh no, I'm taking a video. I'm going to put it on the internet.
That's good.
Get away from me. I'm serious.
That's not
You
good.
do.
No, you don't. You literally don't, because you look like a fool, like a nosy bitch, butting in where it don't belong. Because, of course, you are. You need a fucking hobby. Mind your business. And one more, folks. Zionist woman starts a racist Islamophobic tirade against a hijab woman at a New York Taco Bell after allegedly receiving the wrong sauce.
It smells. It smells that thing. Okay, what about it? What are you gonna do about it? You can't do nothing. You're just gonna keep barking like a dog. This country was not built by Muslims. Okay, but we're built in. Right? I'm not gonna get out. Bitch, I'm not. What are you gonna do about it? Keep barking like a dog. I'm not going nowhere. What are you gonna do? Yeah. Yes, you are. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're trying to get me out, but you're sitting right here and I'm here. You can't do shit. Just bark. Let me know when that happens. Your family in Palestine is being destroyed. And yours will be too.
You hear that shit? Your family in Palestine is getting destroyed right now. Talking about Donald Trump going to deport them. Just the worst people on earth, feeling inspired, empowered to be awful in fucking public. And of course, the girl she's talking to is owning her, making her look like a fool. So she's obviously hurt. So she's got to throw back the most vile language she can possibly think of to try to hurt her back. So, your family dying, ha ha. This was a Christian. Loves her some Jesus, I guarantee you. Thinks she's the fucking good guy.
Not in this world, but maybe in the afterwards. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. You got your songs? Jews have been 3,000 years. Okay. Okay. You know so much about me. You know so much about me.
Yep, trash. It's a trash country. The worst people you know running everything and putting it in our face. And that is my two Karens for this evening. Zionist also unhinged. Yep, nightmare terrorist. Not the best. I couldn't hear most of that and couldn't read the smaller writing. Well, put your glasses on, her. Basically, she was telling them that they're getting wiped out in Palestine and Trump's going to deport them all and blah, blah, blah. The girl's like, you're just barking like a dog. I ain't going nowhere. You can't do fucking shit. That's all you need to know. And all right. Next to last section coming up, folks. Get your super chats in. Hey, if you like tonight's show, please reward me. Going to do over 2 hours. Going to hit overtime probably, so reward me for overtime. But for now, going to finish you guys off with a happy ending. It's some Beyond Parody. First off, you guys hear about Casey DeSantis having a live stream that got taken over by Nazi trolls posting swastikas and porn? A Zoom meeting held by First Lady Casey DeSantis in Battle Hope, Florida, was interrupted as the public bombarded the board with a Nazi flag, racial slurs, and pornography. The Hope Florida Foundation struggled to control the meeting and apparently didn't have security measures in place to prevent trolls from sharing inappropriate content. Remember, reminds me of that time that I decided to let people talk to me live on Discord, and then immediately children got on there and started screaming the N-word. I was like hitting the mute button on there, but it wasn't working. So I was like, oh my shit, I can't stop these people from saying the N-word on my show. That seems bad. I'm going to get banned. And then I eventually just had to like rip the Ethernet cable out of my computer or something. That's not really what I did. I just shut it down, but still. Anyway, happened to the worst people. And then, in this very, very serious country we live in, MAGA is holding a White Lives Matter protest in Frisco, Texas. Let's check in.
And my white friends, where they've been put down, they've been treated like trash just because they're white. And there's so many people say, oh, it's not true, it's not true. It is true. I see it day after day, month after month, year after year, and I'm tired of the anti-white racism. I'm tired of the anti-white hate. I'm tired of the anti-white violence. I will stand on top of a damn bus and scream that we are going to end this shit right now.
Woo! Yeah!
Philip Anderson.
Good God, no, it's not true. What the fuck, dude? Look at me. I'm one of the whitest people in the world. And I got to say, nobody is mistreating me because I'm white. Quite the opposite. Being this white is almost like a superpower. I feel like a ghost. I'm just floating through society. Everywhere I go, everybody treats me like a king. Everybody fucking nice to me. It's weird. I literally just do whatever I want at all times, and people just continuously kiss my ass. It's crazy. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. You ain't doing the white thing right. I can tell you that. It's like playing a video game and putting it on easy mode. And that's what I think happens sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, this has to be a simulation. And I chose the simulation ahead of time. And like I do with every video game, I choose to play on easy because why would you not? Enjoy yourself, baby. Don't make it too hard. I'm just kidding. I don't do that. To make this crazy shit even crazier. So they're out there at this White Lives Matter rally. And they're invoking the name of Austin Metcalf, who was a guy who got in a fight with an undocumented worker and got stabbed to death. One of the many people who were killed by undocumented workers that they used their death to justify disappearing people to concentration camps. So they call, or somebody there calls the dad of Austin Metcalf and has this guy who is running this rally talk to him. And Austin Metcalf's dad hands this guy his fucking ass. Listen to this shit.
This country is wrong. Why can't you stand that and say with that? Maybe you can. Would you be willing to stand by me in a press conference or in an individual interview and talk about this issue that is larger than Austin at this point? God rest the beautiful young man's soul that would have been one of our strongest voices if he was still alive today.
Are you done?
Yes, I am, sir.
Okay, my turn to speak. You are part of the fucking problem, my friend. You're trying to create more race divide than bridging the gap. I do not condone anything you do. You do not have any fucking...
That's called white guilt.
No, let it talk. My son, let me finish. I give you your time. You take my son's face off your website. I am not associated with you.
You're creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness, sir. You are creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness.
You aren't being weak. I gotta be honest with you about that, sir.
Black man here, you are being weak. Token. I'm black, so I get to tell you how to react about your son's death. You got to let us use your son's death to push our right-wing propaganda to take people's rights away for fascism, or else you're brainwashed, unlike us.
You're being weak. Condemn your son's killer and the culture that caused it.
God.
Jim. That's the problem. You've been submitted.
Literally the worst fucking people on earth. Holy God. Like I said at the beginning of the show, it's all trash world all the way down. And speaking of trash world, folks. Now, I know a lot of people don't consider Destiny on the left. Regardless of that, he is considered a spokesperson for the left by many, many people. In fact, this guy makes millions, I guess. He's been sued for millions for sexual harassment and I guess revenge porn or whatever. So he's making tons of fucking money as a representative of the left. And this is how cooked we are, folks. This is how stupid our society is. Here's one of the thought leaders, platformed again and again and again to debate topics. So here he is. He's just found out that iDubbbz made a content cop video about Ethan Klein, Zionist shill Ethan Klein. And he's on a course. He's a Zionist shill too. They're all child murder apologists. They love the genocide. And so here he is making fun of iDubbbz and the people that were in the video. But the only insult he can think of to say over and over and over again is the word soy. So this is where we're at 2025. One of the main representatives of the left using the word soy over and over again as an insult. This is how cooked America is, y'all.
Oh my God. He's actually so fucking soy. No shot he did it. Oh God. Let me get a Soylent. Tell me. Chad will start spamming it in a second. Unreal. Oh my goodness. Ethan said he was going to come back and do a content cop again. And everybody was theorizing who it was going to be on. And in my private chats, it settled on either me or Ethan. Although I don't think I'm a large enough figure or that as much that he would cover. And he did a fucking content cop on Ethan. Look at the description. Thanks for the creators who helped put this together. Hassan Denims, Sean DeBlack threatened to kill me, by the way. Never got banned from Twitch for it. Frogan, Kirk Honda, Psychology in Seattle. Noah Sampson, Matt Lieb. Oh my God. This might be the most soy cast of people I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. Matt Lieb is an insane, radical, crazy lefty dude. I think it's Francesca's husband, but like...
Imagine using the word soy as an insult, unironically, in 2025. And imagine supposedly being a progressive and using soy as an insult. Just fuck everything about this timeline.
Holy shit.
Holy shit is right. Democrats, the right, the left ain't gonna save you, folks. We're as doomed could be, I must say. And you guys hear about this story? Apparently this is true, and I was going to put her in the hero section, but I guess I won't support conning people out of money. But this woman claims that she paid off her college debt by conning Trump supporters into donating money to her. Princess Q says, still a big shout out to the Trump supporters who helped me finish school debt-free, move to Los Angeles, and prove myself in social media and marketing psychology, which in turn spearheaded my career. How she did it was she posted this. I will not hide any longer. The left has made us feel as if black Republicans should hide, but not anymore. Then she followed it up by posting, thank you all so much for your overwhelming support. After seeing this tweet, my parents cut me off and refused to pay my university tuition. So if you can find it in your hearts to help this young black Republican pay for school, it would be appreciated. Oh my God, it's so easy. They paid off her debt to own the libs. Woman claims she made $150,000 and paid off college debt by pretending to be a MAGA supporter. A woman has revealed that she was able to pay off her college debt after raking in tens of thousands of dollars in donations by pretending to be a MAGA supporter, and I guess I'm going to allow it. I'm just jealous I didn't think of it. And then, words don't mean anything anymore. Here's a super smart Lauren Boebert, who says Wall Street is full of communists selling their stocks to hurt President Trump. Oh, that's right. Isn't Wall Street full of communists? All those big communists buying up all the stocks on Wall Street. Just good motherfucking God. It's like saying, oh my God, look at all those slutty virgins. All those slutty virgins with dicks in their vaginas just getting dicked up in their vaginas day in and day out. All those slutty fucking virgins. God damn it. Whatever. Nothing matters anymore. Oh, yeah, did you guys hear about Katy Perry going to space? Yeah, so Jeff Bezos sent Katy Perry and his train wreck, plastic surgery nightmare of a girlfriend and a bunch of other women to space in some kind of marketing ploy. I don't know. Rich people got too much money. That's all you really need to know. And then everybody roundly mocked her. Katy Perry went to space for 11 minutes, came back, called herself an astronaut, and kissed the ground, y'all. And now she's starting to second guess whether that was a good idea or not. Katy Perry is regretting Blue Origin spaceflight after a major backlash. And you're the worst. I have no problem believing that she was once married to Russell Brand. And this is pretty hilarious. You guys see this one. So, Purge Mask Laura Loomer was trying to make fun of Ashley St. Clair, the baby mama of Elon Musk. And so, you guys see the new trend going around is people using, I guess there's an AI program that turns a picture of you into a action figure. I see these all over social media all day long. I was doing this shit fucking last year. I'm glad you guys are just now catching up with me. Anyway, Laura Loomer using this program to try to make fun of Ashley St. Clair, and she clearly made it on purpose to try to make Ashley St. Clair look more ugly. Because she's looked way better than this in real life, so she's clearly trying to make her look more ugly. Here's the funny thing. By making her look ugly, she made her look exactly like Laura Loomer. You made it look like yourself. What the F? Don't you have a mirror? That doesn't look like Ashley. That looks like you. You made it ugly like you. I'm on the outside. And one more. Finally got around to it, folks. I'm in ruins, says teary-eyed Mike Lindell to a judge in his Smartmatic sanctions hearing. Oh my. Election denier and MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell continues to refuse to pay more than $50,000 in sanctions he has been ordered to pay to voting software company SmartTech over frivolous election claims alleging he's left with no money after numerous legal battles. I'm in ruins, a teary Lindell said through a Zoom screen during a motion hearing in the U.S. District Court in Washington on Wednesday, pleading to the judge Carl Nichols to allow him to wait until after the final judgment comes out to make any payment in the case, which he has already lost. Lindell, however, insisted that he does not have the means to pay the amount due to various financial difficulties he has suffered over the last few years due to what he again claimed was lawfare waged against him for trying to secure the election. Why is it Donald Trump helping you out, I wonder? I borrowed everything I can. Nobody will lend me any more money. Yeah, why would anybody lend you money to begin with? You were obviously not going to pay it back. Lindell claimed, I can't turn back time, but I will tell you, I don't have any money. Lindell claimed he was recently forced to lay off hundreds of MyPillow employees, lost multiple MyPillow warehouse units over the past 2 years, and even owes millions of dollars to the IRS for what he described as a COVID-era employee retention credit. He claimed he has nothing except for 2 houses, which he claimed are in the process of being liquidated, and a truck. He even claimed he can no longer adhere to a previously proposed plan of making monthly installments of $5,000. After listening through Lindell's plight, Nichols acknowledged that these claims are non-verifiable representation at the moment and gave Lindell until Friday to file under a seal, a financial statement, and under a document to prove his claim. So, just imagine this dude could have just kept his mouth fucking shut and made hundreds of $millions off his shitty, overpriced pillows that are uncomfortable. But he couldn't do that. The ultimate example of main character syndrome. And honestly, I think this guy's obviously a crazy liar, but also I think in a way he was a true believer. He really thought that Jesus was on his side and all this crazy bullshit he was putting out there would somehow eventually prove him to be a hero. He had all these people kissing his ass, and he just fell in love with it, got addicted to it, couldn't fucking stop himself. So you burned the house down, motherfucker, and you didn't walk out the door when you had your chance. So good. Couldn't have happened to a worse piece of shit. And where's your precious Jesus now, Mikey? Yeah, pray harder, bitch. Back on the crack with you. I liked you better when you're on the crack, honestly. And all right, folks, overtime. We did it. I told you we were going to, and I came through. And who loves overtime? All you motherfuckers. Every one of you. 100% love overtime. So reward me for overtime. Last section. Going to finish you guys off with a little Billy Bowie and some heroes. We could be heroes just for one day. And first off, and most of the heroes tonight are about the protests. We've had some of the biggest protests in the history of this country going on the last couple of weeks, and this weekend was no exception. All over the country, people coming out to protest Trump the dictator, the king. And big shout out to you guys. I know you have to do something. And it's better than just sitting at fucking home and letting it happen. So thousands protest in Nashville. Good to see, even in the South. Big protest in front of the White House. Hell yeah.
Hands off our people!
Hands off our people. I spent about 3 or 4 hours today working on a song called El Salvador, about how I'm not going to El Salvador. It didn't come out very good. I'm still going to work on it, though. The genius idea in there somewhere. And I agree with you guys. And in San Francisco, they came out in force. Hundreds of San Francisco protesters formed human banner to spell out defiance to Trump. Impeach, remove, which obviously is not going to happen unless somehow our votes actually do count and we dominate in the midterms. I hope I'm wrong. That actually happens, folks. I would love to see it happen. We'll see. Thousands and thousands of people in New York City. Hey, Rebecca Poise. That's what she was talking about. I hope they're listening. I doubt it, but... And a lot of you out there having fun too, folks, because you got to have fun with it. In these trying times, you got to find laughter and humor, merriment, and murder where you can. Case in point, this gentleman who's clearly playing a character, making fun of the billionaires, he's out counter-protesting the anti-oligarchy protest with his signs that say, everything is fine, don't worry.
Stop the protest. Put down your signs. Everything is fine. Wait.
Everything's fine, folks. Nothing to see here. Go about your business, Americans. And one more. I guess we'll finish with the Bernie Sanders. They're having rallies all over the goddamn country. Taking a page out of the Trump book. We'll see if it pays off for them in the midterms.
Billionaires like us can put unlimited amounts of money into both political parties. Mr. Box himself put $270 million.
God, I love to say it. Hey, draw bigger crowds than Donald Trump. That'll sure hurt the orange goof's ego. And you go, Bernie. Don't agree with everything, but about the best we got as far as politics go. And all right, folks, that is my show tonight. Fuck yeah. Another successful episode of a Saturday show. We're going to read the super chats here, and then we're going to do a kiddie party. But before you bail out, if you bail out, please hit the like button before you go. And please leave comments. Type something. Hit the enter button. Do it to it. It helps the algorithm. But most importantly, please go sign up for my Patreon. You get all the access to all the after parties, and you'll feel good, warm, deep down in your belly. For helping out me and these slutty cats having kitty porn back here. And all right, Darnez, $5 as promised. Sorry I can't afford more. Rock on, Dusty. Hey, it all adds up. I appreciate you, Darnez. Thank you for joining me tonight. I actually work at FSU. Was off that day. Duck then. Seems bad. Thank you, Isaiah Teller. Hold on to my fur when the dogs are barking. Yeah, I heard something, but I couldn't tell what the fuck it is. I guess I'll go check it. Show's got to go on, baby. Hey, Dusty, are our two countries friends again yet? Oh, what country are you from? I'm going to guess, nah. Thank you, Sarah. Oh, you're from Canada. It says right there. Take off, hoser, eh? Loki! Happy Zombie Jesus Day. As always, if I see a zombie, I don't give a shit if it's Jesus or not. Double tap. Pop, pop, motherfucker. You better stay dead, Jesus. All I know. 5 tickets from Pixel Pusher. Hey, how's it going tonight, Pixel Pusher? Good to see you tonight. Appreciate you. If you got your ticket from Pixel Pusher, you better give Pixel Pusher your love. And check the membership section of YouTube for the link to tonight's after party happening immediately after the show. So come hang out with us. And thank you, Pixel. Glory to Big Brother. Fuck yeah. Big Brother rocks, unless you mean the show. I heard they kicked, what's-his-face, the plastic surgery mask, Mickey Rourke off the show, and good for them. And all right, anything else? No, that's it. Hey, folks. All right, let's do a kiddie party. I'm going to play Fuck Your Feelings. Yeah. All right. I'll be back Monday.
You thought you'd keep
probably just the day after tomorrow. And even though I do a Saturday show, I'm sure they're trying to come back Monday.
You want the perks, you want the rest,
But I don't pay for second best.
They'll take the grind, they'll work the load, they sign the deal, they crack the code. While you sit back, demanding more, they walk right in and lock the door.
Fuck your feelings, cash is king. I know some of the words. You're not special, you hit the ceiling. Now suck it up, fuck your feelings. Good night, everybody. After party coming up next.
You wrote the lines, you built the dream, but now your cost is breaking seams. They don't complain, they don't resist. They do the job without all the lift. Your worth is gone, the math is clear. Your time is up, they're already here. You cry it's cruel, but here's the deal. They're the future.
You're just the wheel. Fuck your feelings, cash is king. Cheaper hands will do the thing. You're not special, you hit the ceiling. Now suck it up, fuck your feelings.
They burn the night, they take the fall. They'll never stop, they give their all. You're asking why, but it's plain to see. The game has changed. It ain't for free. You want a clout, you made demands, but cheaper minds now run the land. They build my dream, they've got the will. You're second class next to their skill. Fuck your feelings, cash is king. Cheaper hands will do the thing. You're not special, you hit the ceiling. Now suck it up, fuck your feelings. Fuck your feelings, cash is king. Cheaper hands will do the thing. You're not special, you hit the ceiling. Now suck it up, fuck your feelings. Fuck your feelings.
Switch over now. Good night, everybody. At the buzzer, got you, Agent Orange. I see it. I see you. Recognize me.